So Bruno was a mathematician. I am a telecommunication engineer, so it's a different presentation. I am in charge of the running of the technology facility, and it's a very hard work. Those of to record on the different presentation. Well, but I am here to talk about Madrid, not about Seoul. So I admire Seoul, but I invite you to visit Madrid, of course. We are going to spend a very good time in Madrid. Well, Madrid is a large city, one of the large cities of Europe, perhaps the second. And it has 3 million inhabitants, but we provide services to more than 5 million in an area of 6.7 million, the second largest city in the European Union, the third, considering London. So, of course, a large city, large numbers, this is very clear. City, big data, we need data. We need data to know what is happening. We need data to make decisions in real time. We need data to plan for the future, but data with quality, interoperable, in real time. This is very important for us to serve the people, to provide services for the people. And the technical part is not the most important, as my colleagues or Bruno told. It's the service to the people, not the technician, but of course, platforms, data, quality, pragmatic is very important for us. Well, cities are not islands, organizations are not islands. We are related with a lot of people, with other organizations. Madrid is in Spain. Spain is a highly decentralized country, so 3 levels of public administration, central, regional, local. While in Europe, if we want to provide services to citizens or companies, we need to cooperate. We need to interchange. We need to work as a fleet, not as an individual boat. And that's very important. I think this is one of most important for me, because a family moves in Spain and Europe, a company makes business all around the world, so different ways in the digital area is my area. Different ways of identify digital signature, electronic notification, payment, procurement, invoicing. This is a very, very real administrative burden for people and for companies. So cooperation in the key points: cooperation, collaboration, coordination, and this means interoperability. Well, this is my office. Digital office is a new office, only 3 years. I think I talk about the innovation. Innovation is not only technology. In public administration, in cities, innovation, of course, is new structures, new regulation, simplification, new human resources management, new attraction, new ways of user design. A lot of things. It's not only technology. That's important. And for us, in this case, it's a new structure created by the manual in the last political mandate. We have been working just 3 years or 1.5 years with these 3 main areas. Is of course a strategy of data, because we are a very little office. This is very important. Little office, few people, the right people, I think, because we want to work not an isolated unit, but to work with the different areas. And with 3 areas: digital transformation transversal in the city, digital strategy, data strategy, and of course digital government, digital public services. Why? Because, well, we have been in COVID. COVID has important problems for people. COVID, I say people accelerate digital transformation. COVID crisis as an opportunity, but very, very sad opportunity for you, for Madrid, from Spain, and for all the world. The COVID comes from China, gets into Europe in Milan, and then jump from Milan to Madrid. So COVID was very important, and the people have a lot of difficulties to relate to public administration. So for us, digital public services has been one of the focus of our work. Why? Because in COVID, of course, you know, all people were teleworking. We need new competences. We need new plan to stimulate the internet or not face-to-face relationship with citizens. But the people have to face all of these difficulties, you know. We're talking about digital divide. What to say about digital divide? We have been talking a lot of things about digital divide in this meeting. Digital capabilities, I think, is the focus point in this moment in Madrid. Digital identity, very important. We work for the public administration, so you need to relate in the public administration using administrative procedures. We are not a private companies. We are public administration with special regulations. This is the way we work. We, of course, the services code we saying this is a key point: scalability, interoperability, and of course, cyber security. It's a very, very, very high risk for all the organizations in Spain, especially for public administration. And we have been working on this plan to accelerate the use of not face-to-face cameras, okay? Internet, call centers, and only two slides to prove how Spain and Madrid has changed, in special from quite analogic administration to a digital administration. There is no paper, there is no manual signature, there are few paper notifications. We are using electronic notification. So you will see all the services in a smartphone, of course. And well, this is data. This is open data. This is a open dashboard in real time with transparency, with accountancy and openness, and with participation of the people, because the people could participate in the design of the services in order to work in our final objective, is to increase the rate of use. We maintain several, in Europe and in the world, several also reports or ranks. One is this of the United Nations about digital public service. In this moment, Madrid with Berlin is occupying the first position. We are maintaining in Europe a report of digital transformation. Digital transformation, the digital part to build smart cities. And this report, Spain occupied a very good position, and Madrid, of course, contribute this position. So we are very happy with this, but this is important to be in a very good position in report. But I think what is more important is the real impact of the service in the people, the real impact in the city, in the economy, in the people, in the level of satisfaction. And I love more this chart that it reflects the opinion of the people of Madrid about the services of Madrid. We are in the maximum of the last 15 years and increasing. And this is more important for me, perhaps, than the ratings of the position we have, the United Nations rate. Okay. Now, after that, we're working in a digital transformation strategy. We name this strategy Madrid Digital Capital. Is a play on words. It's capital in Spanish, the capital of the country, as is Madrid. Madrid Digital Capital. Capital is very important also in Spanish. So this strategy has these three axes. So digital services for people, for all the people, very important. We are centered more vulnerable people. City intelligence, we are talking about that, data, intelligence and security, and of course economy, digital innovation calls, so attraction of economy for the city. I am a technician. I think in infrastructures, I think we need to work in Madrid in capacity of computing. We are attracting a lot of investment in data centers or cloud areas, attracting communication and 5G, cybersecurity sector, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, talent, IT talent. This is more important. This is the most important of the resources. Madrid is attracting a lot of talent because it's a city where it's very easy to live with your family. This is our idea, to contribute to the rest of the areas of Madrid to advance in the consideration of a smart city. And of course, we have 75 projects with a total investment of 1,000 million euros in 4 years and a half. This is not important the amount because there are a lot of budgets that are IT in every service of private sector is okay. But so we are going to mention some of the areas where we are working in this plan. The first and the most important for us is this of digital inclusion. Well, I am a technician, but techniques is not the technology is not the target. The technology is only a mean to provide services to the citizens to build a more attractive and more competitive Madrid with more efficient city council and better quality of life for all our citizens, so a more sustainable, inclusive and friendly Madrid. This is the target. Of course, technology is important, but the target is this. We have a lot of different programs to increase digital skills for all. We have a human-centric vision of all our projects, and we have several examples. One of these is digital volunteers. In Madrid, we have more than 500,000 of old people, more than 60 years old, and 18,000 volunteers. I have an application, the name is Madrid with You, that permit communicate all the family with the volunteer in order to help, to accompany in their house, to accompany in a walk, or to go to the doctor, or to go to an administrative office is very important. And for us, this is the type of application. It's a part of application. Of course, we have the normal administrative application, but it's very important. This is a project of digital volunteers that is the same of volunteers that help the old people to relate using internet. Because I think it's very important. You put a company to the old people to go to an administration, to an office, to a face-to-face relationship. But it's possible to help these people to manage by himself or herself relating using not face-to-face channels. Of course, mobility. Mobility, we think, is an important part of everyday cities. All of us use mobility, so mobility has a high relation with quality of air, quality of life. In the same, we have a very important project about how to use technology and data to improve the mobility in Madrid. Madrid is the first European city with 100% of the fleet decarbonized. The last year of all of these measures, we complete all the rates of quality of air in Europe. This is not easy for the last cities in Europe. This is very difficult to complete all the limits and not complete the capacity. And for example, this is, of course, we have an app with a multimodal movement, and this app in the time of COVID permit not only to optimize by the time or by the cost, but also to see the level of occupancy of buses. That was very important in a time where social distance was critical to fight COVID. A lot of data, a lot of sensors. It's true. This is the reality, but it's important to advance in the interoperability and cybersecurity of these sensors. We are talking about in a couple of slides about cybersecurity. We have created a public partnership collaboration with the academy in order to create a laboratory where people, companies who provide services, manufacturers, technical companies could test all the devices that we are going to use in Madrid in order to test the interoperability and cybersecurity. And for us it's important because we, in general, in all large organization, there are a problem of island sector. Every unit, every area has a vertical vision, and it's important to advance in this transversal. And to be transversal, you need standardized cybersecurity, standardized interoperability. This is the objective of this laboratory. And this laboratory, we are installing the Matrix 5G corridors. You say 5G? I am a telecommunication engineer, so 5G, 6G is very important. The people know the importance of communication. The communication is the base of all our life in this moment. But we are testing in this corridor all of this solution as a sandbox of the cities. It's very important because taking account these experiences, it's possible to wide the project in all the areas. But remember, according with private sector, companies that provide public services, they control traffic or lighting or waste management, and technology and the academy is very important. And with an international vision with Eurocities and other European standards organization, because it's important. This is no problem only of Madrid or Spain, it's the problem of all cities at least of course in Europe. So here we are working with a lot of international equipment. Well, security and safety, what to say about this? The technology is very, very important in the case of police and emergency. In Madrid, we have about 10 million of tourists. When a tourist goes to a city, the first thing, especially if you go with your family, you think in safety and health. So this is a key point. And there are a lot of technology about this. And we have been put in the focus in cybersecurity. Every time more and more public administrations have been attacked by the cyber delinquents. And we have been created a cybersecurity center in Madrid with the idea that is a center of cybersecurity in the case of smart cities. We are not talking about the computer and the networks. We are talking about the telework, the cloud computing, the 5G, the IoT, the help the companies to provide services to Madrid, because the framework of cybersecurity is every time more and more important. Cybersecurity is a key point for us. Right? Take care, everybody must be care with this. And to finish, a couple of slides about, of course, digital and green are two twin words, in my opinion. Digital is the main factor to our city, our country, our work. And Madrid optimized with technology, not only the cleaning and waste collection. We will not talk about some platforms of IBM. We have a large platform with IoT of IBM, where we are collecting in real time on the movements of the equipment to optimize the travels and the frequency, the tracks, according to the needs of the city. And of course, we are monitoring the energy in order to optimize also the energy. So different projects, different projects in different areas that need real time. And just to finish with this product is to work in the transversal projects. Projects that have that, in some cases, is a content. A project that are mega projects, or I say meta projects who have a transversal vision of the city. This is difficult, we know, but this is critical in order to increase the efficiency of the city, and to increase the efficiency of the city is to increase the perception of the people, the quality of life for the people who live in Madrid. And only to finish, just this, we are talking about the importance of all our plans for the people, the inclusiveness. We are working now in this initiative. This is Madrid Digital Capital Alliance for All. So to join all around the city to put the focus in special in mitigate the digital divide. We think this is the main